For starters, how about this? He had a 40-inch vertical. This guy's 6'5", 270 pounds. A 40-inch vert? Come on, man, that's ridiculous. But hold on, it gets even crazier. His broad jump was 10'11", which ranks in the 99th percentile of combine history. He made some extra doubloons today, so expect him to fly up the draft boards. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all are having a great day. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, the first day of the NFL Combine is officially in the books. And we surprisingly have a lot to talk about because there's a couple of guys, not even just a couple, but a few guys that just made a crap ton of money today. You want to talk about boosting your draft status? Well, they did just that. This video is going up kind of late. I do apologize for it, but today's Thursday, so if you're watching this a little later, just trying to give you some perspective. And I did not plan on or expect to be making this video, but with some of the performances I just saw, we got to. You're not going to see many people talking about what happened today because it's not the fancy positions. It's the defensive linemen, linebackers. What does everybody love to talk about? Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and how fast can you run the 40-yard dash. Stuff like that. And by the way, while I'm thinking about it, let me throw this in there. I'm more than likely, and let me know what y'all think about it, going to talk about the combine results every single day. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Maybe that's something y'all want to see. We talk about the biggest winners, biggest losers each day. If you don't want to see it as well, y'all can also let me know. No big deal. First things first, we're starting out with the biggest winner. We're not even going to build up to it. He goes by the name of, and I've been raving and ranting on this guy for the past 2 years in college football, James Pierce Jr. If you've been keeping up with this guy for quite some time, you would remember, heading into this most recent season, most people dubbed him as a for sure lock to be a top 5 pick. And throughout this most recent college football season, for some odd reason, I could never wrap my brain around it, he was falling in the draft, or at least all the mock drafts. You get what I'm trying to say. It seemed like week after week after week, people were slowly but surely dropping him down the draft boards. Blows my mind. And the reason I was so mind-boggled by it throughout the season is because this guy's an absolute freak. He's an athletic specimen. I personally thought James Pierce Jr. was a monster and a force to be reckoned at Tennessee. However, his numbers didn't necessarily reflect that. Why didn't they reflect that, you may ask? Great question, my friend. I'll let you answer it. Because he's getting doubled and triple teamed every single game. Therefore, it's hard to get sacks. And I don't know if some of you saw this, but there's also some rumors and speculation going around that Pierce Jr. has character concerns and attitude problems. I have no idea what that's about. But anyways, I think you get the point. More of the story is he was falling down the draft boards not this season at Tennessee because heading into the season, there were some mock drafts with him going number 1. But after his performance on Thursday, yeah, it's safe to say he's probably back into that top 15, top 20 area for sure. He ran the 40-yard dash, and he ran a 4.5 flat as a defensive lineman. That's pretty insane. I saw some people reporting as well that Pierce Jr. ran a 4.47 40-yard dash, and that's even more insane. That 40 time most certainly locked him into the first round, so congratulations to him. Moving along here, another edge rusher out of the SEC that just made a bunch of money, Shemar Stewart. For starters, how about this? He had a 40-inch vertical. This guy's 6'5", 270 pounds. A 40-inch vert? Come on, man, that's ridiculous. But hold on, it gets even crazier. His broad jump was 10'11", which ranks in the 99th percentile of combine history. I'm going to keep it a Fortnite V-Buck with you. If you've been watching the channel, you would know I have been hyping up James Pierce Jr. for 2.5 years. But Shemar Stewart, after seeing what he did today, that'd be hard to pass on. You're talking about a guy who is already showing flashes of a Myles Garrett type of player, Jadeveon Clowney, guys like that. And oh yeah, by the way, his 40-yard dash wasn't quite as impressive as James Pierce Jr.'s, but it was really good. He ran a 4.6. He made some extra doubloons today, so expect him to fly up the draft boards. Our last winner when it comes to the defensive line, and this is another guy who looks like a freak, Landon Jackson, defensive lineman from Arkansas. 6'6", 270 pounds, had a 40.5-inch vertical. 40 time wasn't the greatest, but 4.68 is solid rather less. Those are my 3 big winners when it comes to your linemen and edge rushers. I'll tell you another guy that you might want to keep your eyes on. I'm not going to talk about him too much. I'll give him an honorable mention award. Jordan Burch from Oregon. I thought he did pretty good today as well, so that's one of your sleepers to pay attention to. Let's move on to our other position group, and that's linebackers. Hold on. Gotta clap it up. Jahad Campbell from Alabama. Most people thought, yeah, this guy's gonna be a first round pick. Today, solidified it. Fun fact of the day with your boy Matt. He was top 3 in broad jump, 10-yard split, and the 4-yard dash. He did great in all the drills. He is as polished as it gets with a linebacker heading into the NFL. Jahad Campbell's gonna be one of those linebackers that plays for 12 or 13 years and has a very solid career. Mark it down. I'm calling it right now. I'll give you an example if you're a Bama fan. I thought Reuben Foster was polished, but I think Jahad Campbell is even farther than him at this point in time. A guy that nobody's talking about should get way more recognition. Linebacker from Auburn, Eugene. Anytime a linebacker runs under a 4.5, that immediately turns heads when it comes to these scouts. And I know it seems like we're just really focusing on the 40-yard dash, but guys, this is what the scouts focus on. It is the most important thing. When I was growing up, I heard it. It's something you've probably heard your entire life. You can't coach speed. With Mr. Eugene here, he may not, when it comes to prospect-wise, be the best linebacker in the draft, but if he has potential, that's fine. He can tap into it. Like I said, you can't coach a guy to be faster. That's God-given ability and talent. I would argue and say, now that we're talking about it, having speed at the linebacker position is one of the most important positions to have it at. Because more times than not, the linebackers are the guys that are rushing downhill or trying to get to the sideline or beat the running back to the sideline to get a good attack angle. The problem with guys like this is nobody really talks about him because he played for a terrible team in Auburn. But the scouts, trust me, they've heard of him. Those are my 2 winners when it comes to linebackers. I believe tomorrow is... Hold on, I got it written down somewhere. What is tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Defensive backs and tight ends. So that'd be pretty exciting. And then Saturday is the fan favorite day. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, and then Sunday you got offensive linemen. I know we really haven't talked about the losers. I didn't even really want to focus on those, but while I'm thinking about it, let's bring it up. This is an odd situation that is also developing as to when I'm currently speaking. Abdul Carter, he's in a messy situation. He wasn't going to participate anyways, but he's had some recent tests come out, and we may make a separate video just talking about the situation because he is a highly touted prospect. These new, I guess you'd call them, what would you call it? I don't know if they were MRIs. We're just going to call them new tests. These new test results showed that he had a quote-unquote stress reaction in his right foot that could possibly require surgery. I don't even know if he's going to need surgery, but the point is anytime you're dealing with something like that, heading into the draft, it's bad. And we saw this with Reuben Foster years and years ago. And here's the kicker with Abdul Carter. He's so good, it may not hurt him to the slightest, but there's one thing for sure. With all this news coming out, it most certainly didn't help him. I'll tell you another big loser today, and this is an actual loser on the field. Small Munden, linebacker out of Georgia. Dude, he dropped like 2 or 3 passes. One of them hit him straight in the face. Granted, he's not playing wide receiver, he's playing linebacker, but that's not a good look. And I'm not going to count it against him too much, but you know the star player, Jack Sawyer from Ohio State, who I've always thought is severely overrated, but that's really a different conversation for a different day. He had terrible measurables. There's one other guy. Who is him? Oh, yeah, Chris Paul Jr. from, I was about to say Ohio State. No. What are we talking about here? From Ole Miss, he had bad measurables as well, and I think that's going to hurt him. More than likely, I'll keep you guys up to date. I'm sure many of you are like me. You like keeping up with this pre-draft stuff. Main one things I can say, I do apologize yet again. This video is being uploaded extremely late. Let me know your thoughts down below. But